Might have to adjust some things because it's like you can't quite see how it all goes until it's live, it seems like. I really love my lights. I'm not going to get rid of that. I'm going to adjust, whoa. I'm going to adjust it and make it work so that the laser beam is not in my eyes. And we'll see, you know, if anyone joins. I know it's like the middle of the night, but I know that if you can't catch it, then you can catch it later. And now I know how to go live on my phone, so it's a lot easier than doing it on my computer, honestly. And the lighting's a little bit better, even though that's a little bit crazy. So I have a new tarot deck that I'm going to actually unbox with you as well. And I don't know what is going on here. Oh, it's the cord doesn't want to quite stretch, I guess. It's a little, like I said, a little bit of a different setup. So just figure something out. I'm going to get it right. And it's going to be good. There. I think that's better. I was going to put on music. So let's take a moment, and this is for Scorpio season. This is a divine masculine channeled message, and I'm gonna light some Palo Santo. You know, just whenever you're watching this, just take a moment to clear your energy field. I usually only smudge on TikTok because I don't know, YouTube feels a little more formal to me, but here we go. Scorpio season. If there's a season for smudging, it's probably Scorpio season. And it just started, so that's cool too. And yeah, I'm gonna take one moment and I'm gonna put on some music. All right, there it is. Okay, so I have this deck that I just got, and it's called the Lover's Path Tarot deck. I don't know if this is streaming and like the camera's gonna automatically flip around, or if I should have done that so you can read the cards. But, you know, one thing at a time, we'll see. So, I mean, the plastic is on it. So I haven't even opened these yet, so I'm really looking forward to opening these. And I think it's going to be a really lovely reading with this, like, real specific romantic energy that this deck has and the imagery. So, the plastic is off. Step one. You can see. Hopefully there's a deck in there. Oops. Yes, there is. And there's this as well. To be read together, it says. That's what it says. I'm going to move some things around on my table. It looks like this. It's a cool setup. The back of the deck. I wasn't really expecting to kind of like be so focused on the unboxing, but you know, if I'm gonna do it live, of course, like it's gonna take some of the focus. So this is the deck. This is what it looks like, and there is plastic around it. So I wasn't expecting that, but it does. It's like very nice, and you know that there's no dust on this Lover's Path Tarot deck, and I like that. So that might mean that I need to get like a little extra tool, but maybe I can get it. The suspense, you know, this is so Scorpio season. Just like getting to the thing you want to get to no matter what. You get to see my face as I struggle with it. So yeah. Okay. it's happening. It's happening. There is a hole in the plastic. Okay. God, the relief I'm feeling right now. I cannot even hardly tell you. So, okay, there we go. Man. Who needs a gym? Just keep opening tarot decks all day long. The Lover's Path. There's a lot of little booklets. I don't know. It kind of feels like instead of one, there's a few. I'll look at that later. Maybe I'll need it for the reading. I mean, obviously not, you know, this is the first time using the deck. There's some extra cards, so that's interesting. I haven't seen a deck, maybe a deck has done that and I just kind of have put the card aside, but can't think of many decks that do that aside from actual playing cards. Sometimes they'll have a card, you know, kind of promoting the brand or whatever. So yeah, these are the cards. Very beautiful. So, you know, they're not shuffled, but let's just see what comes up. Okay, so let's do one from the very beginning here. I mean, not from the very top, but from the very beginning of opening the deck. Ooh, 4 of Arrows. Okay. There's a lot of water in this scene. And so I'm gonna read this, you know, with the Divine Masculine in mind, and also really looking at the card itself, the energy of the card. And, you know, we can get into the tarot meaning too. And if you have any questions, I think I can see them if you type them. If you're watching this live, or you can always leave a comment, you know, later on. But yeah, they're sleeping, and 4 is really about foundation, and it's like allowing yourself to relax into a deeper emotional foundation. So sometimes you might have to go through dreams that are a little uncomfortable even to do that. I mean, they look pretty comfortable, but they're also not really like quite, you know, they're not exactly snuggling. They're really going, they're doing their twin flame thing where they're really like going through their inner work together, but also individually as well. And like I said, the water in the background is really indicative to me of Scorpio season, and you could see how it goes way out into the wherever. And it's about allowing yourself to relax and go into those deep waters. Looks like a really cool bedroom, by the way, you know? So, you know, let's look and see if, oops, sorry. I don't know which booklet to exactly look at. Okay, 4 of Arrows. I turned right to it. That's cool. I think that's a good sign. I literally opened it and it's on this page, and I don't like how flimsy this booklet is, to be honest. Not my favorite thing, but it does the trick. And also, I like how simplified the messages are in it. It's like a quick kind of thing. So keywords here are healing, introspection, and isolation. Meaning, need time to heal or rest, peace after emotional disappointment, detachment from everyday world to regain balance. Reversed would be enforced isolation, loneliness, needing a more detached view of problems. Yeah, so I feel like, you know, what I said was really it. And just how they're doing their inner work individually is really what I get from that unattached thing. It's not a bad thing at all. You don't really want to be attached, but it's also nice when you come together and you feel more snuggly, but that can only happen sometimes as you go deeper and choose to work through your emotional terrain, which in this case would be a lot of water. And that does represent emotions, and that does fall right in line with Scorpio season as well, which is the element of water, is one of the signs in the element of water, right? So I'm gonna now shuffle these cards and pull another one, and we'll see if we want to go to a different deck or stick with this deck. So I really want to ask, like, what the Divine Masculine, I think what everyone wants to know, what the Divine Masculine is thinking about his Divine Feminine. Maybe if you're a Divine Masculine, you even want to know what you're thinking about your Divine Feminine, and this could help. So I'm shuffling the cards. They're just a very nice, like, stock. You know, they're good. I like them a lot. I cut the cards too. Oops, I got 2 of them, so I guess and I kind of was starting to glance at the bottom one, so we're gonna look at that. I think we'll look at the bottom one first, okay? The bottom card is 2 of Cups. Okay, they look pretty happy. His hands are like nicely around her hips and like her back a little bit, and like she's kind of like caressing his face. I guess he is too. So they look really smitten. And it's the 2 of Cups. You know, there's union there, there's fullness. It feels very good. So that's like the bottom of the card. So that's the underlying theme of what the Divine Masculine is feeling. And well, I'll look at the booklet. Let's just look at the cards first and like let the message come through, and then we'll look at the booklet. So these 2 cards I pulled next. This one I guess is upside down. I'm pretty sure it just came out that way. So it's 4 of Coins. This looks like the Divine Masculine is maybe kind of lurking in the background a little bit, you know, kind of Scorpio season-esque, like how am I gonna woo her? Looks like she's into her abundance, so I think that that's a good thing, but I also feel like there is the need to really love each other, which sounds very simple, and it is very simple, but you see like how he's like in black and white, and she's thinking, oh, you know, I'm just gonna attract my Divine Masculine, and that is completely true, but also the Divine Masculine does like it when the Divine Feminine recognizes and loves him. And so, you know, as the Divine Feminine, if you're watching this, just know that it's safe to do that as you feel called, not with leaking your energy or with putting the DM before you. You know, your twin flame in divine order, divine truth should never really come before you. But sometimes there's a place where complete compassion just invites you to dive all in, and that's really a Scorpio season theme, is diving all in, and that means putting all of you into love. And so it kind of transcends a need for order, because there's just love there between you both. And so you have abundance to give as the Divine Feminine, and the Divine Masculine's noticing that, and he's like, yeah, I want that, but like, how do I get that? And so the Divine Masculine needs to love himself and realize that he's worthy. That's not the Divine Feminine's job, but the Divine Feminine can also realize that, hey, my Divine Masculine is worthy, and that does naturally help. Just logically, if you even think about that, how that works out for everyone, right? And again, that doesn't mean ignore your upsets. A little bit warm. I turned on the heater before this because it was cold. You know how that goes, probably, you know, temperature up and down. And I have a lot of energy going through me with this reading. And so it's also, it's 4 of Coins, and there was a 4 earlier. So this is also about foundation, and it's about the Divine Feminine perhaps needing to focus somewhat on life purpose right now. And the Divine Masculine, this is just clearing a worthiness block for you both, essentially. And the Divine Masculine is feeling the need to clear this block, the need to feel worthy. And so he's learning to really give that love to himself on a deeper level, because also, like, he notices results in his reality. Right? And so, and if you're the Divine Masculine, you can chime in and let me know how this resonates for you, you know? And so the Divine Feminine is the same thing, you know, doing her part to claim her value. And a part of that is putting herself first. She kind of looks a little bit like a girl boss, you know? Only selling good stuff, all right? Anyways, the Princess of Cups. The princess? Yeah, the princess. Just, I've never, you know, Bragween. Oh, just, okay, so this one has an extra title. This is a very moon. I mean, there's a moon right there, but it's a very like more of that moon, yin, divine feminine energy. So the divine masculine is really like, hey, I would really like some divine feminine, you know, with me. And so the divine masculine's going deeper with claiming his divine masculines because he's realizing on an even deeper level that that is what attracts the feminine energy that is his counterpart to him. And that feels good. And the divine feminine is also realizing this. Princess of Cups. Well, you know, what's in her cup? Like, what's worthy of a cup? Something good, all right? Like love, um, filling your cup, right? With the correct teachings, with the, you know, with what's going to bring you your good with God. You're just filling your cup with God, essentially, with the divine spirit, whatever you like to say. So I would like to turn to this little handy booklet now and take a look at what it has to say. If you caught this a little bit after I began, this is my unboxing of this, and it's fun to read the keywords. I mean, if you know tarot, like, you're gonna have an idea anyway, but if I can find it. All right, Princess of Cups. I love how I keep turning right to it. So keywords are gentleness, intuition, and invitation, and loyalty. So this is an invitation also for the divine feminine to continue being loyal to her twin flame journey. Don't give up no matter where you're at, no matter how things look on the outside. Things can change at any time. And it's not about divine timing, but things do need to fall into order. And sometimes you can't see what the divine order is because you're chipping away at a block, and that's okay. And it's also okay to sometimes take a step back as well. I had this experience earlier where I realized if I had taken a step back for a second, I would have done something. It's kind of a fun example, but I would have done something different with my ice cream that I was eating. And I just didn't like see how to serve it to myself properly. And it was kind of a funny moment of like, oh, I'm just like so focused on moving to the next thing that even this thing that's bringing me a lot of joy. I mean, that's why else you're gonna eat ice cream. I don't know why else you would eat ice cream. It was mint chip, by the way, in case you're curious. And yeah, like it definitely did bring me joy, but I realized, well, it would have really been enhanced had I like been even more present. And that's just something I can do for next time. It's not something, you know, it's this gentleness, right? It's, you don't need to be hard on yourself or anything like that about it. So it says grace and talent, emotional receptivity, and enticing invitation. Ooh, I like that. Reversed. Okay, it was the other card that was reversed, I'm fairly certain. But we can read this anyway, just, you know, give you an idea. An empty offer or invitation, fickleness or immaturity of affection, inconsistent or unreliable messages, ambivalence, and codependence. I think that why that's coming up, even though it was not reversed, but I think there's actually some significance here. And I feel that's because that's what you're working through is the divine feminine, is this idea of what the divine masculine is, and it might be father upsets or, you know, other divine masculines that have been or are in your life kinds of upsets, or it could be your twin flame too, you know, upsets with your twin flame person. But you're working through them, and it's important that to remember that ego stuff really isn't real. And so like any trait that you find negative, you and your twin flame really are one consciousness. So you will heal there if you just simply continue to move forward with the work. And there are links below to help you. So yeah, the Four of Coins. Let's see if I can find it, you know. I don't know if this goes maybe alphabetical. Pages, the suspense. No. Well, we'll just have, here we go. We'll just have a moment. Okay. So Four of Coins was reversed. I'm going to read that first. It says being miserly. That's what I was, you know, kind of feeling too. With wealth, talents, conversely, being an overly generous spendthrift, need to conserve and protect resources. And this might mean that you're feeling the need to protect and conserve, but it might be somewhat stingy, for like not to offend anyone, including myself, but the divine feminine can really maybe loosen up here a bit. And it's not like go on a shopping spree, but for instance, I have a good example. I purchased some pillows last night and an additional ring light, and I was like, why the F couldn't I just have gotten another ring light like months ago? But it took me to get to a point where I had enough contrast, literally, like lighting contrast, I guess, to realize like, no, like this, I'm worthy of being lit. Okay. So, and the pillows were something else, but another part of the purchase. So, the meaning also includes wealth, security, and inheritance, and the stability of material forces in one's life. A family inheritance, this could be a talent, money, land, or a quality that adds richness to life and satisfaction. I really like how they included in that particular description a talent. So this could also speak to something that both you and your twin flame, whether you're the DM or the DF, or if you're still getting clear on which one you are, like you're embracing your divine gifts and really healing deeply around divine inheritance and ancestral stuff. And so it's a really beautiful thing. And that is really attractive to your twin flame, because again, it's like going from that black and white, drawing to togetherness. And that's really important, if you want to be in harmonious union, to keep your heart with that, because that's already the truth in your heart. You're just kind of like, you don't need to build anything to get there. You really just need to recognize that you're already there and just continue to release the blocks to that truth. So I'm going to pull one more card from this deck for us. I think I'm just going to cut the cards. They've been well shuffled and see. So the last card is Queen of Arrows, Venus, which is like, the interesting to me, because Scorpio is ruled by Mars, which is the masculine sign, and Venus is like the feminine sign, often associated with. And, she's chilling. She kind of looks like, is it Diana, the, goddess of the hunt? Dionysus, am I getting that right? Or, like the names. It's like I've studied and taught this stuff, but I still get confused, all right? But yeah, the Queen of Arrows. And so what this represents is it's safe to aim high for the divine feminine. It's safe to hold space for your divine masculine, but also not take crap. And the divine masculine doesn't want that anyway, just like you don't want that. Same thing. You don't want like someone to put up with things that aren't divine about you. I mean, you want to be like kind of led into healing compassionately, right? Like you don't want to be told you're annoying for every little thing you do wrong. That's nitpicky, and then that's perfectionistic, if that's a word. It's being a perfectionist. But then there's this other side of holding space and kind of having a vision for both of your divine selves together. And the divine masculine desires that just as badly as you do. And he's letting you know somehow, either through a sign and or through communication. So really look for that during Scorpio season, and how, as the divine feminine, that can affect you, and how it can lead you into deeper healing with anything where you're not quite, where you're being overly guarded, or maybe not aiming high enough, where you could really, aim your arrow at what needs to be aimed at. Shoot your arrow straight into the target, whatever it is. And let other people know that you can do that. Don't be afraid to, for other people to know that. That's important too sometimes. And, the divine feminine also is really doing something similar for the divine masculine just by embodying that herself. And so a lot of these cards are a little more focused on the divine feminine. I mean, especially these two, I would say, even though this one is also the princess, I feel like somehow this feels very serene. And like, even though the divine masculine, I'm not, seeing him, it feels so peaceful, like he's really there with her. And that's really beautiful. But there's a sense still of the union needing to come together. And so, we really see this come together here. So it's safe to just like remember that this is the truth for you both. And how are you going to get there? By chilling, but also by aiming high and by not being afraid to aim and shoot as needed as the divine feminine and as the divine masculine, holding space for your divine feminine to get better at her archery skills, metaphorically, maybe literally, maybe not. So this has been a really fun reading. I think we're gonna end it there. We're at a little bit over 25 minutes. And thanks so much for joining me. This was the first time going live on my phone, so it was a little bit wonky in the beginning, but it's a lot more fun and easy to do than on my computer, I have to say. So I'm gonna probably, hopefully, be going live more. And I will certainly have another video up soon. And yes, check out the links below. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. That's always appreciated. And I will catch you later. Enjoy Scorpio season. Have a magical, wonderful, emotionally fulfilling, healing time. Take care. Let's see if I can figure out how to exit out of this now. Okay. I actually don't know how. That's so funny. Let's see. There we go. All right. Bye-bye.